The secrets of the Rothschild family. Is it a real possibility or just a figment of humanity's imagination? A mere urban legend? Is this rumor ultimately a good thing or a bad thing? Tonight, once again, we'll examine whether it's true or not from a Japanese perspective. Title: The Rothschilds, the banking family that conspiracy theories love to hate. 1. Introduction. The richest name in conspiracy theory, we have explored secret societies, Freemasons, Illuminati, and other mysterious orders. Now, let us turn to a family, not a society, not a cult, but a single bloodline that has become the target of more conspiracy theories than almost any other name in history. The Rothschilds. Depending on who you ask, the Rothschilds are a successful banking family that rose from the Frankfurt ghetto to become one of the wealthiest dynasties in Europe. The secret rulers of the world, controlling central banks, starting wars, and manipulating governments from behind the scenes. The face of international Jewish finance, an anti-Semitic stereotype that has been used to justify persecution for 2 centuries. Or simply a wealthy family that has done what wealthy families do: invest, marry strategically, and protect their assets. Which one is true? Real history. Mayer Amschel Rothschild, 1744 to 1812. The founder, Mayer Amschel Rothschild, was born in the Jewish ghetto of Frankfurt, Germany, in 1744. At the time, Jews were confined to a crowded, walled neighborhood. They could not own land, join guilds, or hold most government jobs. Their only allowed professions were trade, money changing, and dealing in coins. Mayer's father was a coin dealer and money changer. Young Mayer learned the trade. He also studied history, accounting, and foreign languages. The breakthrough. Mayer became a business partner of Prince William of Hesse-Kassel, one of the richest men in Europe. Prince William made money by renting out his soldiers as mercenaries, a common practice at the time. Mayer handled his coin collections, investments, and loans. When Napoleon invaded Germany in the 1790s, Prince William fled. He left his enormous fortune, estimated at the time at £5 million, billions today, with Mayer Rothschild for safekeeping. Mayer protected the fortune and earned the prince's eternal gratitude. The 5 sons. Mayer had 5 sons, and he placed each one in a different European financial center. Amschel, Frankfurt, the home base. Salomon, Vienna, Austria. Nathan, London, England, the most successful. Karl, Naples, Italy. Jacob, Paris, France. When Nathan Rothschild in London learned of Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo, 1815, a day before the British government, he was able to buy British bonds at low prices and make a fortune when prices rose. Trust. Family members trusted each other across borders. In an era of unreliable banks, Rothschild drafts were accepted everywhere. Diversification. They invested in government bonds, railroads, mining, wine, art, and real estate. They did not put all their eggs in one basket. The famous quote, probably invented Mayer Rothschild, is often quoted as saying, "Give me control of a nation's money supply, and I care not who makes its laws." This quote never appears in any reliable source. It was invented decades later by anti-Semitic writers. The real Mayer Rothschild was a careful, conservative banker, not a world-conquering philosopher. 3. The Waterloo Legend, Fact and Fiction. The legend. Nathan Rothschild was at the London Stock Exchange on June 20th, 1815, the day news of Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo reached London. He had learned the news a day earlier through his private courier network. He began selling British bonds, making everyone think Britain had lost. Panic selling followed. Then, when prices were rock bottom, Rothschild bought everything back, making millions. The truth. This story appears in many books, but historians have found no contemporary evidence for it. What we know for certain, Nathan Rothschild did have a fast courier network. He likely knew the outcome of Waterloo before the official dispatch arrived. He did buy British bonds after Waterloo, but so did many others, because the victory made British credit stronger. This sell first to create panic story appears only in anti-Semitic pamphlets from the 1840s and later. What actually happened? Rothschild made a lot of money from the Napoleonic Wars, but honestly, he transferred gold to Wellington's army in Spain. He managed British government bonds during a time of inflation. He profited from the peace, not from tricking the market. The Waterloo legend is mostly fiction, but it established the Rothschilds' reputation as the family that knows before everyone else. 4. The rise of the Rothschild fortune, 1800 to 1900, the 19th century, the Golden Age. By 1850, the Rothschilds were the richest family in the world. Their wealth was estimated at over 1 billion francs, many billions in today's money. They financed railroads across Europe, France, Germany, Austria, Italy, the Suez Canal, through their Paris and London banks. The British war effort against Napoleon, through Nathan in London. The Russian Tsar's government, through the Vienna and London banks. Mining, diamonds and gold in South Africa, De Beers. The art collection. The Rothschilds became famous art collectors. Their paintings, furniture, and jewelry were legendary. The family still owns some of the most valuable private art collections in the world. The castles and estates. Each branch built magnificent mansions and castles. The most famous is Château de Ferrières in France, a Renaissance-style palace built by Jacob Rothschild, larger than many royal residences. The titles. Austrian Emperor Francis I granted the Rothschilds the title of Baron, Freiherr, in 1822. Other branches received noble titles in England and France. The Rothschilds were the first Jewish family to enter European high nobility. The real limit on their power. Despite their wealth, the Rothschilds could not control governments. They could advise, lend money, and influence, but they could not dictate policy. When they tried to pressure a government, they often failed. Example: in the 1870s, the Rothschilds opposed French colonial expansion in Tunisia, but France did it anyway. Example: the Rothschilds lent money to both sides in many wars. They were neutral bankers, not puppet masters. 5. The anti-Semitic roots of Rothschild conspiracies. The context. From the 1840s onward, as the Rothschilds became famous, they also became targets. Why? Because in Europe, anti-Semitism was widespread. Jews were often accused of controlling finance, manipulating governments, and secretly ruling the world. The Rothschilds were the most visible Jewish bankers, so they became the symbol. The forged documents. The Protocols of the Elders of Zion, 1903. This is the most famous and influential forgery in history. The Protocols of the Elders of Zion claims to be the minutes of a secret meeting of Jewish leaders, including the Rothschilds, planning world domination. The document was fabricated by the Russian secret police, the Okhrana, in 1903. They plagiarized from a French political satire and a German anti-Semitic novel, but it was presented as evidence of a Jewish conspiracy. Impact of the Protocols. It was used to justify pogroms, massacres of Jews, in Russia. Henry Ford published a U.S. edition in the 1920s, spreading the hoax to America. Adolf Hitler quoted the Protocols in Mein Kampf and used them to justify the Holocaust. To this day, the Protocols are still sold in bookstores in the Middle East and cited by neo-Nazis. The Rothschilds and the Protocols. The family is mentioned repeatedly as the financial arm of the Jewish conspiracy. In reality, the Rothschilds had nothing to do with the forgery. They were horrified by it, but could not stop its spread. World War I started because of the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand and the alliance system, not because of bankers. The Rothschilds actually lost money because the war destroyed their Austrian and German branches. 6. Major Rothschild conspiracy theories. Examined. Let me now address the most common conspiracy theories about the Rothschilds directly, with evidence. Theory 1. The Rothschilds owned 80% of the world's wealth, or similar absurd figures. Origin: internet memes and expose websites. Evidence: none. The total net worth of all Rothschild descendants is estimated by business publications at between $1 billion and $2 billion for the banking branch. The art, real estate, and private investments are not publicly disclosed, but no credible source puts the family's wealth over $10 to $20 billion. Compare. The Walton family, Walmart, is worth about $250 billion. $250 billion. The Koch family worth about $100 billion. The Rothschilds are wealthy, but not in the top 100 families globally. Verdict: false, wildly exaggerated. Theory 2. The Rothschilds control the world's central banks through the Bank for International Settlements, BS. Origin: conspiracy literature from the 1990s. Evidence: the BS is a real organization. It is a bank for central banks, based in Switzerland. Its leadership comes from member central banks, not the Rothschilds. No Rothschild has ever served on the BS board. Verdict: false. It was not secret. It was just a way to coordinate prices. Rothschilds sold their gold trading business in 2004. Today, gold prices are set by a computer auction, not by bankers. Verdict: formerly true. They participated in a price-setting mechanism, but never control in the conspiratorial sense. Theory 4. The Rothschilds created the Federal Reserve to control America. Origin: anti-Fed literature and the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. Evidence: the Federal Reserve was proposed by Senator Nelson Aldrich, a Republican, and Senator Carter Glass, a Democrat. It was passed by Congress and signed by President Woodrow Wilson. No Rothschild involvement. Verdict: false. Theory 5. The Rothschilds funded both sides of every war to profit. Origin: this claim appears in conspiracy books and songs, e.g., the Rothschilds are the bankers of war. Evidence: it is true that Rothschild banks lent money to both sides in the Napoleonic Wars, but that was because they had banks in multiple countries. Each branch acted in its own national interest. The London branch supported Britain. The Paris branch supported France. After the war, the family reconciled. For later wars, the Rothschilds often tried to prevent wars because wars disrupted their investments. They opposed the Franco-Prussian War, 1870, and lobbied against World War I. Verdict: he was not a Zionist leader. He was a philanthropist who wanted to help persecuted Jews escape Europe. The modern state of Israel was created by the United Nations, 1947, and fought for by Jewish militias. The Rothschilds played no significant political role. Verdict: false. They were early donors to Jewish settlement, not state creators. 7. The Rothschild family today. Real influence. The current family structure. The Rothschilds are no longer a single family bank. They split into different branches in the 19th century. The most important surviving financial institutions, Rothschild & Co., the French and British investment bank. It is a publicly traded company, not family only. The family owns about 50% of voting shares. It is a respected but small investment bank, not a world-controlling giant. Edmund de Rothschild Group. a Swiss-based private bank and asset manager. Also publicly traded. Famous Rothschilds today. Jacob Rothschild, 4th Baron Rothschild, 1936 to 2024, British investment banker and philanthropist. He was not a world ruler. He ran a small merchant bank and served on the boards of museums and charities. Lynn Forster de Rothschild, an American businesswoman married to a Rothschild heir. She is a Democratic Party donor, but no more influential than any other wealthy donor. Alexander de Rothschild, current chairman of Rothschild & Company. He is a banker, not a secret overlord. What the Rothschilds actually own today: a mid-sized investment bank, Rothschild & Co., market cap $3 billion. A Swiss private bank, Edmond de Rothschild Group. Chateau Lafite, one of the world's most famous wine estates, but they sold most of it in the 1990s. Several art collections, real estate, mansions, vineyards. What the Rothschilds do not own: the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England, 80% of world wealth, the world's central banks, the media, the military-industrial complex. The Rothschilds are a perfect villain. Wealthy, Jewish, historically powerful, and secretive, they are a private family. Confirmation bias. Once you believe the Rothschilds control the world, you will see evidence everywhere. A Rothschild appears in a photograph with a politician, proof of control. A Rothschild donates to a museum, proof of cultural manipulation. A Rothschild speaks at a conference, proof of a secret meeting. The name's bias. The Rothschild name is famous and unusual. When you see it, you remember it. When you see a name like Smith in a similar context, you do not notice it. This creates an illusion of ubiquity. Social reasons. Anti-Semitism. This is the most important factor. Rothschild conspiracy theories are a modern version of the medieval accusation that Jews control money. 9. Conclusion. The real Rothschild legacy. Let me bring this to a close. The Rothschilds are a real family with a remarkable history. They rose from the Frankfurt ghetto to become the wealthiest bankers of the 19th century. They financed railroads, canals, and governments. They collected art and built castles. They were the first Jewish family to enter European high nobility. But they did not control the world. They did not start wars for profit. They did not create the Federal Reserve. They are not secret rulers meeting in the dark. The Rothschild conspiracy theory is a 200-year-old anti-Semitic libel, updated for each generation. In the 19th century, it was used to justify pogroms. In the 20th century, it was used by Hitler to justify the Holocaust. In the 21st century, it is used by neo-Nazis, Islamists, and internet trolls to spread hatred. The tragedy is that the real Rothschild story is fascinating enough. A family of Jewish bankers rose from the margins to the center of European finance through intelligence, hard work, and a willingness to trust each other. Thank you for listening to this overview of the Rothschilds, the banking family that conspiracy theories love to hate. Remember, wealth is not the same as power, and a famous name is not the same as a secret ruler. Good night. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.